Typically on this channel, I talk about video games. Today, I'm actually going to be focusing on things that I enjoy that aren't video games. My name is James, and I started this channel because I love playing and talking about video games. If that sounds like you, please consider hitting the like button on this video, the subscribe button on my channel, and checking out some of my other videos as well. Let's get started. I say quite a bit that I don't do anything other than play video games, and that's really not true. I wanted to come up with 5, but I really only came up with 4. The first thing that I have written down is just movies. Movies in general. I love seeing movies in the theater. We have a local theater here in Lubbock, Texas that we really enjoy, and we won't see movies anywhere other than that one specific theater. Lately, I've been watching the collection of Bourne movies. I had never seen most of them, so I think we made it through the Bourne trilogy, which are supposed to be the good ones, and then next would be Bourne Legacy. And I'm a huge fan of the $5 Blu-ray bin. In the video, one of my Friday videos that I posted at the end of May, shared all of the movies that I bought during the month of May, and that's not an abnormal occurrence for me. My thing is that if I buy a movie cheap and I like it, I can very easily just hand that Blu-ray to a friend of mine and be like, hey, you should watch this movie. And then I don't have to get them to rent the movie or do anything like that. The second thing that I have written down is just Legos, just generally Legos. I love Legos. I got into Legos right around the time that Star Wars Episode 1 came out, when Star Wars and Lego started kind of partnering together, and you saw the beginning of all of those licensed Lego sets. So I have not a huge Lego collection right now. If I remember, I'll try to put a picture or two in this video. I'm very particular on what I buy. I generally buy single man fighters. So I've got a couple different X-Wings and a couple different Y-Wings, and I actually also, this one breaks my rule, but I do also have the Ultimate Collector's Series Millennium Falcon that I bought when I graduated from college as a gift for myself. The third thing that I have written down is reading. I'm not a reader by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm trying to get into it. I've heard lots of great things about the mental benefits of reading, and that it'll help you sleep better and age better, and those are all things that I'm interested in. So one of the books that I've read this year so far is Changing the Game, and it was by Reggie, and I'm going to I don't know how to say his last name, so I'm not going to try to say it, but I'm going to try to put a picture of that on the screen right now. It was really cool just to hear about how he grew up as a Haitian family in New York and rose to the top of Nintendo by working hard and being the best that he can be. It was really more inspiring than anything else. And then he also, throughout the book, he shares lots of really important what the big takeaways were for him and each of these milestones in his life, which I thought that those were really cool. I started but didn't get very far in the Jason Schreier's second book, Press Reset. And then the last, lately I've actually been reading some comic books. I've never been a huge comic book fan, but I've been really getting back into Star Wars lately. And so I got some of the Darth Vader comics. It's important to me that they're canon. So these are the canon Darth Vader comics from 2017. It picks up right where Episode 3 ended. Vader is still in his bionic chair. I think we even get some of that same dialogue in that first comic. And then the first 2 that I've read so far, Volume 1 and Volume 2, have focused on Vader continuing to try to wipe out the rest of the Jedi, which has been really cool so far. The last thing, the number one thing that I do besides play video games is to actually go outside and play disc golf. Disc golf My first time, sorry, I was getting my U-Disc open to see all the times I've played. Um, my first time ever playing disc golf was probably around 8 or 9 years ago when I was in college. At that time, it was just a bunch of us, a bunch of guys getting together, going into the forest with some baskets and throwing some plastic. Um, about a year ago, actually almost a year to the day, when I started kind of getting more into disc golf and kind of um, wanting to actually improve. There's this really helpful app now. I'm going to see if I can get it to show up, but I probably can't, called UDisc, where you can track all your different like games and stuff. So according to UDisc, since July of 2021, I have played 159 rounds. So that's almost a round every 2 days. So I told y'all I do this a lot. It also says that I've played 13 rounds in the last 30 days. Disc golf is something that I think it's fun with a group because you're not exactly competing against each other, because everybody just wants to do better than they did the last time that they played. And then also it's really fun for me to just go to just pop some headphones in, listen to a podcast or something, and just go by myself and just kind of be alone and just have some time like outdoors, which you can't tell by looking at me, but I actually do enjoy spending time outdoors. Maybe not so much in the summer when it's like 103 degrees like it is today, but that's everything I have to share about stuff that's not video games. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and drop a comment. And as always, the easiest way to keep up with me is on Twitter at James_Solar. And I think that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys.